अस्सलाम वालेकुम एंड वेलकम टू द वकील साहब पॉडकास्ट। मैं हूं आपका होस्ट बैरिस्टर मुनीर इकबाल। बचपन से ही एटलीस्ट मुझे तो शौक़ था ये कि टीवी पर आएँ, किस तरह होता है, क्या प्रोसीजर है, बट कभी इसका जवाब नहीं मिला। और आज उसी सवाल का जवाब पाने के लिए हमने एक ऐसी गेस्ट को बुलाया है हु इज़ इन द प्रोफेशन, हु इज़ डूइंग वेरी वेल माशाल्लाह। प्लीज़ वेलकम द गॉर्जियस, द स्टनिंग मिस यास्मीन हाशमी। अस्सलाम वालेकुम यास्मीन, हाउ आर you?
Walaikum assalam. I'm well. How are you?
Allah ka shukr, alhamdulillah. So today we're going to be talking about how to become a model. So let's just guide me through it. Where does one start?
Okay, so as far as the modeling industry in Pakistan goes, we are actually, our models are given a lot of preference and they get paid really, really well. So, unlike models abroad who get paid per day, we get paid per outfit. So, that in itself is amazing. How to become a model, I guess you need to have an it factor.
Yeah.
And you need to have spunk, and nowadays I think everybody has a phone, so it's become a lot more easy to get seen. Before, I think maybe 5 or 10 years ago, ये थोड़ा ज़्यादा मुश्किल था. अब you pick up your phone, you make a cool video, some brand will probably see you if you tag the right people, and maybe that's the start to your career.
Do we look for organizations? कोई agency होती है जिसको approach करना है, या you have to just wait कि आपको कोई ढूंढ ले इंस्टा पे या फेसबुक पे?
I think going through agencies थोड़ा ज़्यादा payments का बहुत issues होते हैं through agencies. They delay payments a lot, so a lot of young talent actually likes to manage and take care of what they have to on their own. So as far as agencies go, I'm not a big fan of it. I've been lucky because I've been exposed to a lot of good directors and very great brands. That we'll come back to, but yeah, agencies aren't very good right now. I wouldn't advise. Plus, as far as the law goes, I don't think there are very many precedents on entertainment law. I feel like now with, I guess, the Misha Shafi case and more movies getting blocked or all of that, more cases are coming up.
Yeah.
So this is a good time for the entertainment industry because a lot of educated people are joining the workforce and contracts are being followed.
Yeah. So now, what are the basic requirements? Is it just good looks, or are good looks mandatory? सबसे पहली बात तो ये है, क्या वो एक given है?
Okay.
Yeah, and other stuff, your how fit you are, आपको your camera presence, and etc etc.
I think so. Like I mentioned earlier, it factor, it has to do with you having some unique feature or something very unique about yourself that makes you stand apart from everybody else. It could be your height, it could be your eyebrows, it could be your lips, it could be the shape of your face, it could be your skin tone. It could also be, nowadays they have people who have different sizes, so bigger models are being added to the genre. So it really, really depends. Now brands are branching out to more diverse portfolios.
Yeah.
So you have to be unique and you have to rock it. Most important thing is you have to be confident. If you're confident, you're good to go.
Yeah. For someone like me, I have no references. I don't know anyone in the media industry. How do I get in?
So ये थोड़ा struggle period होता है. You have to go through, like, in the beginning, maybe you'll do a few shoots for your family friends, or like, an aunt or a khala or like a designer that maybe you buy a lot of clothes from. And then slowly, like, I guess you get noticed and then brands pick you up.
And how important is height in all of this?
Height is actually a big plus point. I'm a petite model, so I don't like doing ramp. It's not my favorite thing to do. I prefer editorials and other shoots. Height is very, very important. I think if you are tall, that's always an advantage. But if not, even Pakistanis are generally petite. Pakistani women are of a shorter size, and the kurtas fit better on shorter models as well. So you see both. You see short models and you see very, very tall models in Pakistan.
You just mentioned ramp modeling.
Yeah.
So could you just highlight the difference? एक ramp model क्या होती है? एक photo shoot, like, is there a difference, or you can be both?
So you can be both. So as far as ramp goes, uski to requirement hoti hai height and a nice walk, a confident walk, presence. You need all of that for the ramp. For an editorial model or for someone who does specifically shoots, yes, of course you need to be fit, but you don't have to be particularly tall. Face is very important in that. I guess your expressions and all of those things come into play. So that's the difference between ramp and ramp का काम वैसे भी कम होता है इतना ज़्यादा fashion weeks, especially now with corona, we're seeing more solo shows, like इक्का दुक्का हो गया show कहीं. That's about it.
तो मतलब मेरे लिए चांस है.
हाँ, आपके लिए चांस है, लेकिन not on the rap.
Not on the rap, obviously.
Not on the rap.
I don't know. Okay, so अब एक portfolio होता है. What is that and how important is it?
Okay, so a portfolio is something that basically shows who you are as a model. What's your body language like? What are your expressions like? And ideally, when you're starting out, you try and get in touch with a good photographer. And if they see potential in you, they'll hit you up and they'll maybe do an editorial shoot with you, or they'll commission a brand shoot for you. And उस तरह से आपका portfolio बनता चला जाता है. For some reason, lawn is not added to models' portfolios in Pakistan, which I find a little bit bizarre, because lawn is basically 80% of the work that mainstream models do in Pakistan. But that's not part of your portfolio. They prefer like more editorial shoots, where you can see like makeup and skin and hair and all of that. So
got it.
ये फर्क है.
So let's say I get myself in a photo shoot, they make a portfolio for me, and then I send this out to brands, or
you can send it. You can tag brands in your Instagram posts with your
how
logo.
does one do that? Like, take us through the process.
Some models have now
tips.
started sponsoring their posts, which I've seen is very nice. If they do a shoot for a big brand, they'll sponsor that post so they get seen. A lot of models also hit up photographers, telling them that we're in the city or we're available, these dates we have. So I guess it's just making sure that you know the right people, that you're available and that you're willing to work. And then when you get on set, you're very, very professional. Like, you make sure your hygiene is in check. You take a shower before you go. You know how to use a deodorant. When you get there, you don't throw diva fits. Like, if there are certain dietary requirements that you have, you either let the brand know in advance, or you pack your own lunch and take it. It's not that big of a deal. You get what I'm saying? I guess being professional is what makes you stand out.
I can see some of the issues that you have faced previously coming out. Now,
imagine they give us biryani every shoot and then they expect us to look thin. Like, what are you doing?
With हमारे मुआशरे में especially, there's this stigma attached to this profession. There's it's कहते हैं कि खराब profession है, बहुत मुश्किल होती है अंदर जाना, you get exploited. What do you have to say about that?
So I guess एक ज़माने में इस तरह शायद होता था, अब इस तरह से नहीं है. Like, I feel girls are very safe and very, very protected. In fact, I had a dialogue with someone from Dawn News who messaged me about when, I guess, the Me Too movement was at its peak last year, that, can you please tell us, have you faced anything of this sort? And I straight up said no. Like, everyone I work with is extremely professional. Because I don't let them cross a particular boundary. Like, I keep my private life and my professional life very, very separate, and I think girls should know this and should abide by this. Shoot starts at 8 a.m. I'm on set 8 a.m. Shoot ends at 5 p.m. I'm home at 5 p.m. Like, I'm a model from 8 to 5, 5 to whatever time at night. I'm my own person. I'm a human being. So in that regard, I guess setting your own personal boundaries is very important. Learning to say no is, I think, the most important thing, because there will be weirdos that will come around and you just say no. There's nobody is forcing you to wear skimpy clothes, short anything. That's not part of your portfolio. Like, don't buy into that, girls. Who isn't safe, actually, and this is something that I've been talking about a lot, is male models. They're the ones who face a lot of, like, they don't get paid. Photographers will hire them and be like, oh, this is your Facebook profile picture. Like, what do you, like, you're getting exposure or you're getting this. And then designers also, like, there's a lot of, like, shady stuff that happens with male models. So male models, if you're a guy and want to come into this industry, be careful. Girls are alright.
That's brilliant. That's something I did not know about, but I'm really relieved for some reason. This is happening, especially in our country, with all the things that are happening in this country. There's something good happening as well. So someone who's just starting out, as they want to become a model, what should they worry about? What should they
Okay.
look out after?
Okay, so first and foremost thing is you want to have great hygiene, because that's something, if people find out you're smelly or you're gonna stink up their clothes, they're not gonna commission you for a shoot.
Yeah.
So first things first, you make sure you're clean. Second thing, you need to be a professional. Third thing, you make sure that you charge. You don't do anything for free, because the minute a photographer or a brand finds out that you're underselling or doing things for free, they're going to take you for a ride and they won't pay you. So charge whatever, but make sure you do charge. Make sure you get the money for that, so the other person also knows that you're not just there to fool around.
About that, so a lot of people face this problem. Hota ye shoot hoti hai, pictures le li or whatever, everything's done, and once it's done, कहते हैं हम पैसे दे देंगे, फिर then they don't show up, they already, ये बड़ा issue आता है. So what I usually advise, so I have a few people who are doing this, and I'm saying, I tell them, look, take 50% up front and 50% before the shoot is done, because otherwise you won't get it, because you've performed your part of the contract, and if you go to court, it's going to take a lot of time. You're probably going to be spending more money than
you're going to make. Yeah, that's true.
Is that good advice, or do you think a lot of brands do pay up eventually?
So now with social media, the good thing is that there's a lot more accountability. So if there are certain brands or photographers or agency that aren't paying, like, you can just straight up go on your phone and like call them out. And that's a great thing, because पहले इस तरह से नहीं था. लड़कियों को और लड़कों को उनके अपने पैसे नहीं मिलते थे for work that they had done 6 महीने, 1 साल, 1.5 साल. Like, even I can recall there have been a few shoots that I am still waiting for those payments, and it's been years.
I send them a legal notice now.
Send them a legal
notice. Discuss about it.
Good point. I think I should. What was I saying? I lost my
so we
train
were
of
talking
thought.
about payments.
Yeah, so you can do 50% advance, but that's usually given to people like Fawad Khan and Myra Khan, or like big celebrities who need that advance for their booking. For younger models, I guess, talk to them, tell them, and if they don't listen, then tell them you're going to call them out.
Yeah.
I think that's the only way to go about it.
Or just let me know. I'll send the legal notice free of charge. First one.
There you go.
Okay. So obviously, hygiene is important, but same as with health. How do you keep yourself fit?
So there are 2 ways to go about this issue. You can be either very, very unhealthy and not eat and starve and do all of that, or you can be healthy and you can eat right and work out, join a gym, take care, invest in yourself. I think the second route is much better, because you are making that money and you are getting paid to look a certain way. So invest in yourself, like, it's good for you, like, do it the right way. You want your skin to look good, you want to be glowing at shoots, you want good hair, like, you want good teeth, good nails, like, all of these things. Makeup covers up a lot of things, but it doesn't cover up everything.
Yeah.
So it doesn't cover up if you're feeling shitty inside.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you want to feel good, you want to be well rested. I sleep at 10:30, 11 o'clock. 10 o'clock, I'm in bed.
Wow.
Washed, brushed, all makeup off, everything, and I'm in bed at 10. I wake up early. I prefer to work out in the morning. If I can't work out in the morning because of work, then I'll work out in the evening. And I find that very good for my mental health as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel working out not just helps you physically, but even mentally. All the stress is out, all the anxiety is out, and you can have a good night's sleep.
The most toxic thing about this industry, though, is that you're never thin enough. So you will always go.
So that stigma is still there, because I feel like in the West, at least, they're getting over it.
We're 10 years behind to us, maybe 20. So we will get there. It's changing, of course. There is a lot of inclusivity, but it is going to take its time. Still, models are told to be very, very, very skinny.
Yeah.
And you will never be thin enough.
So just accept yourself as you are.
Own it, work your poses, work your angles. Like, anyone can be a model. Like, everyone is beautiful. Everyone's face is unique. Like, it's all about how you do it, how you work it. If you're confident, you look great. There you go.
Let's see.
Yeah.
So let's
Coca-Cola.
now let's talk about the actual job. Okay, you enter a shoot. What can one expect? What's gonna happen? Just guide us through one of your shoots.
Okay, so you get up and you go to your shoot, and usually you meet, the first person you meet is the makeup artist, who gets you all ready. By the time you're halfway done with your makeup, the photographer and the stylist come in. The stylist starts setting up shoes, bags, jewelry, the shebang. The photographer goes and tells the set people
Yeah.
to hurry it up and
Hmm.
finish making the set. Then after that, the model gets into her clothes. First look starts. Stylist puts on whatever needs to go on. Model goes on set, gives her first shot, and then this thing repeats.
And be honest, how difficult is all of this?
It's very tough.
Yeah.
It is very tough. Being in front of the camera is very, 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 very tough, because there are some days where you don't feel good and you feel shitty and
Yeah.
you might be depressed or whatever, but you have to perform and you have to look a certain way in front of the camera. So you have to kind of disattach yourself from your own self.
Yeah.
So when I sit in the makeup chair, I sit thinking that I am not me. I am just a face and a body that's being used for this work. So whatever they put on my face, whatever they put on me, I'm okay with it, because it's not, at the end of the day, it's not me that's styling myself or anything. It's the brand. If I look good, it's on the brand. If I don't look good, it's on the brand.
Wow. It's brilliant. The
That's
way,
the
the
best
method that
advice.
you just
Yeah.
described. Wow.
Because
There's a lot
most
of-
girls
it
get
helps.
picky. Most
Yeah.
girls are like, oh, मेरा liner यूं सही नहीं है, या मेरे बाल इस तरह नहीं बनाए, या मैं इस तरह अच्छी नहीं लगती हूँ. आपके ऊपर, you're a model. International models, I've worked with a few.
Yeah.
They don't say a word.
Yeah.
They will just be like, they will listen to you and they will do whatever you ask them.
And
Which
how
is great.
difficult is, how do you manage, you have to sit for hours sometimes, probably when the makeup is being done.
Yeah.
Kabhi kabar hota hoga, bus I need to take a walk or something.
Yeah.
How do you manage to get through that?
I think that's why senior models tend to charge a lot more, because they learn the game of patience.
Yeah.
They realize, okay, ये game time का है और time तो लगेगा
Yeah.
और हमें खामोशी से बैठना होगा. Like a shoot I did, I think we were speaking about that earlier, the Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah.
And I've done other shoots with Natasha, Arshad, and all of these guys who are excellent at doing editorials. Those makeups take 4 hours, and it's literally like your head is back and they're putting intricate pieces of whatever. It could be rhinestone, sequins, and you're just sitting there waiting for them to finish it. You can't look at your phone. You can't do anything. You just sit there, khamoshi se, and chill out for 4 hours. But at the end of it, at the end of the day, you come out with some amazing work. So it's all worth it.
Is it same for guys?
Men's fashion is actually not...
Like I feel it's mostly like clothes and stuff. You don't have to sit for makeup.
Not
और
really.
styling
बड़ा
वो भी 2
हल्का
मिनट
होता है,
लगते हैं.
बाल बनाते हैं, थोड़ा
हाँ.
हल्का सा टच अप कर लिया,
ठीक है.
कंसील कर लिया.
Boys कर सकता.
हाँ,
मैं भी
boys
कर
कर
सकता.
सकते हैं.
सोचेंगे.
कर सकते हैं. But I think now we need more, like, I think there are very educated boys, also men, coming into this field, and they're standing up for what they believe in, and hopefully male modeling will also take a good turn.
Yeah,
Inshallah.
It is. I feel it is. A lot of, especially because of YouTube and TikToks, a lot of bloggers and these Instagram people, these TikTok people, they're coming forward and they're doing good for themselves, which I'm really loving. A lot of people are making fun of TikTokers, and I'm like, no.
It's
this
the
is
new talent.
Exactly,
Gen Z,
and
right?
it's making them happy. Finally, there is something that's making everyone happy.
Yeah.
क्योंकि ये सब चीजें पहले इन लोग के पास नहीं थी.
और हमारे पास पाकिस्तान में for young people entertainment के लिए
कुछ
है
भी
ही
नहीं,
क्या?
parks भी नहीं.
What do young people do? Like,
not just young people.
Even when I was young, I didn't want to go to a park. Like, I was just like, ये क्या है? Like,
हम जाते थे इधर
bowling है, movies हैं.
But that's about it. और parks
beach है कराची में हमारे लिए.
बस वही है.
बस यही है.
So I feel it's a good thing that these people are coming forward.
Yeah.
Now, some personal questions. Take us through your creepy DMs.
Oh, they're really creepy. Oh, they're really. Some of them are like
any one in particular.
Just
you were like,
bizarre.
what the hell?
So there are a lot of people who like feet on Instagram.
What?
Yeah, it's weird. So I've gotten like my own like pictures of me zoomed into my feet, and they're like, "Can we get high res?" And I'm just like,
ew.
What?
Shit, that's sad,
So,
man. That's sad.
That's what's up. And then there are other creepy people who will ask you like, how much you will charge for other non-professional services, and you're just kind of like, block and delete right now.
I think that's what you have to do. Block and delete, report, whatever, but do it ASAP.
That's why it's good to have like a manager or someone else's. When you reach a particular point in your career, you get someone whose number you can post up or an email address you can post up, and not put your own personal information out there.
Do you have a manager?
Yes, I do have a manager.
Oh, okay. Just wanted to ask.
Yeah.
What's the most enjoyable part of a shoot for you?
I think when everything comes together and the first shot is taken and you see the set and you see the clothes and you see the makeup. I think that's really rewarding. When a collection does well, that's extremely rewarding. When a brand messages you and tells you that, yeah, you know, like this collection is sold out or it's doing really well, that's really, really rewarding. The pay is very rewarding. You go home feeling like,
चलो मैंने मेहनत करी, मुझे
yeah, I feel good. This is good stuff. So
Yeah.
there's quite a few perks. You make really nice friendships with very creative people. Art directors are really creative. There's photographers who take beautiful angles. ये बहुत अच्छा part है हमारे काम का. खूबसूरती, glamour.
I feel every profession has this struggle phase. So just take us through yours and what you learned from it.
I guess I learned to be patient. I learned to be not as vocal sometimes. Kind of like disattachment जो मैं आपको बता रही थी. And I guess not talking a lot. I used to talk a lot before, and then I realized that some people don't take that very positively. So I guess being your own person and being quiet at times is very helpful.
And your advice as to how to deal with the stress of the profession?
Oh my God, work out, exercise, get a therapist, talk to your therapist, make sure your family supports you, make sure you come home to a loving home and good food and enjoy all the perks of being a model.
What's your either best day at work or worst day at work? This is just for someone who's, you know, starting out and they're looking at this and they see, okay, this person has had good days and bad days, so it's okay, and they learn from it.
That's a very, very good question. That's an excellent question. I think when you reach a point where other people appreciate you for what you're doing and you get the biggest gig out there, that's, I think, the most rewarding thing. But also on the downside is that you can't party with your friends, you can't be up late if you have work in the morning. Your social life sucks. Life sucks. Yeah, you can't maintain friendships. I've missed so many birthdays. I'm sorry to all my friends whose birthdays I've missed. Yeah, you get what I'm saying.
But I completely understand.
Opportunity cost, right? Like,
and I feel it's okay if you're enjoying your work, if you're having fun. Look, I think everyone in this room is in this struggling phase right now. But I know it's going to be worth it. I've missed so many weddings. Last year, I missed really close friends' dance practices, and she was so pissed at me. I feel bad for it, yes, but it's okay because I was doing something I love. I was building something, and now it's in front of me. I can see it.
And your friends understand, you know, when they see the progression of, okay, this person is actually doing what they're saying and not just ditching us for the sake of ditching us.
I think initially thoda issue hota hai. Now I feel everyone understands.
At the end of it, you get respect from your friends, from your parents. Everyone's like, okay, like.
And I feel you have to do that. You have to let go of some things. It's completely fine. Enjoy your work, love your work, and just believe that it's going to be worth it because it will. Trust me.
And no job is easy. Like everything looks very, very easy, but when you put in the hard work and the hours, it's all very tough. I'm sure it's a pain being a lawyer. I'm sure of it.
I love it. It is. Absolutely is. But I'm loving each and every moment.
There you go. Your drive is what pushes you to wake up every morning and do this day on and off. So that's the same for me.
Yeah.
I wake up in the morning and I'm excited. You know, I'm like, okay, fine. What's this day going to bring?
One question that I missed out was, you know, I feel in Pakistan at least, a lot of families have issues, you know, their daughters going into the industry. Did you face that issue?
Yeah, of course. Family, like, usually bade nahi samajhte कि ये क्या चीज modeling क्या, and I studied finance from Switzerland. So most of my family members were just like, don't you want to be a banker? Like, isn't that your dream? And I was like, yeah, that is my dream and that is my degree. And it's never going to leave me. I'm always going to be disqualified. But if I'm young and if I want to do this and it's fun, then why not? And I think more families are understanding because environment बहुत साफ हो गया है. पढ़े लिखे लोग आ गए हैं, अच्छे लोग आ गए हैं, तमीज के लोग आ गए हैं. Some models who are very young, who are like 16 or 17, because there are collections targeting young school-going girls. Their moms come with them.
That's great, brilliant.
And that's great. Like parents will come, like parents and like even someone like my driver who I keep with me on shoots, he's so happy at the end of the shoot कि मुझे बिरयानी मिली, आज हमने टिक्का खाया, बड़ी party होती है shoot पे, you know, like it's become a very, very good professional environment. And I think moving forward, we have very exciting times. I'm just interested for the movie industry in Pakistan to pick up.
Are you planning to do something in that?
Maybe, why not? I'd love to do a drama actually. But who knows? Who knows where life takes
Exactly.
me?
I have
Who
a lot of
knows?
scripts if you want to
Yeah.
take a look at them
Yeah,
sometime.
awesome. Maybe I'll become a script writer.
There are brilliant stories. Just get out in Karachi, especially. You get
Yeah.
out, look at someone, you can make an entire amazing movie on
Yeah,
that.
agreed.
Just by on one life.
Yeah.
Because everyone has this brilliant, unique story over
Yeah.
there. But wo, inshallah, over the course of years, I hope
Ah.
movie industry picks up.
Ah.
Few last questions. Who's your biggest supporter during all of this?
Who is my biggest supporter? I think
Yeah.
me, myself, and I.
Wow.
And with that, I'll say Alamia. And yeah.
And who's your favorite artist that you've worked with?
Oh my God, there's so many to name, and if I name one, I think everyone else will
Hmm.
hate me. So I'm going to say everyone that I've worked with so far. I love you all, and you guys are awesome and great, and keep doing what you do.
Yeah. And one last question was any piece of advice that you would want to give to someone who's watching, who's wanting to get in the industry. How will you advise them?
Learn to say no.
Perfect.
The power of no. Read up about it and set boundaries. It will not harm you. It will only benefit you.
Perfect. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Wakeel Sahab.
Thank you. With that being said, मेरा नाम है बैरिस्टर मुनीर इकबाल और आप सुन रहे थे वकील साहब पॉडकास्ट. Adjourned.